Welcome, Villager Pothead, Joe Pop Puttyman here. Today we're doing a special review of The Mandalorian Chapter 6, The Prisoner. And I'll also be revealing some Easter eggs. Now, this review is going to be off cuffs. I usually do this scripted. I script everything to make sure that I give you all details and imagery. Unfortunately, this review will not have much imagery like I usually do. And it will not be scripted. Now, the reason for this is because this review came late, and I do want to also advise you guys that Fortnite will be doing a special event as of tomorrow, December 14th, at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where they're going to show a special scene only for Fortnite players, hosted by J.J. Abrams. That's going to be done all at Risky Reels. Just guys, the best thing you could do is hit that subscribe button to join the channel and be with us on that day. And we're going to be allowing members to see or to join us as we do the event. So please come out, join us. Let's have some fun. Let's celebrate Star Wars the proper way, guys, by seeing a special scene from Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. So let's go ahead and get to this review. Again, it's not scripted. I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to go through everything, but I have made notes throughout the episode. So let's get into it. So in this episode, Mando decides to meet up with a character by the name of Rand. Now, Rand is someone in his past. We don't know anything too much about him, but apparently Rand is there to help him out with a job because he needs the money. Well, Rand pushes Mando to use his ship instead of the reason for him being needed. So basically, the Razor Crest ship is needed to be utilized for a 5-man crew. Mando ended up making the fifth person in the crew. So the first person that's introduced is Mayfield, played by Bill Burr. And you may know Bill Burr as a comedian, a stand-up comedian. He's a pretty good stand-up comedian. But Mayfield is in charge based on Rand's rules. Also, what's great is Mayfield is a former Imperial sharpshooter that is insulted to be called a stormtrooper. Because, of course, there's the whole thing about stormtroopers always missing. And Mayfield feels he never misses. So then he introduces us to Berg, which is the muscle, and it's a Devorean. The first Devorean that we actually see was actually in Star Wars: A New Hope, in the and then Mos Eisley Cantina, when Obi-Wan and Luke are looking for a pilot, aka Han Solo and Chewbacca, and this is where actually Chewbacca shoots Greedo. You actually see the first time you ever see a Devorean is in A New Hope. And we actually get to see Berg, which is the muscle, as the first time we actually see a character rounded on that one. Next, we have the droid by the name of Zero. He ends up being the pilot, or being forced, utilized to fly the Razor Crest without Mando's permission, unfortunately. And that's unfortunate, basically what goes on with him. I think this droid, I can't remember the name of the type of droid, but it's a droid that was actually in A New Hope. I think this droid was actually in the also same cantina, so it could even be that same droid. Next, we have Shiant, which is a Twi'lek. Now, a Shiant is basically a fighter with daggers, and Twi'leks, you may remember for the first Twi'lek you ever seen was actually in Jabba's palace in Star Wars Return of the Jedi. And she was actually a prisoner, a Twi'lek prisoner, a dancer that was forced to dance. And this is the first time we're actually seeing Twi'leks, just like the Devoreans, being used without being in the background, which is pretty awesome. And then that rounds up the fourth character. Then, of course, is Mando. So we have Mayfield, Berg, Zero, Shiant, and, of course, Mando. And basically, they're going after a Republican prison ship that's run by droids. That of course, they're breaking out a prisoner. Now, of course, we'll talk about that later. You've already seen the episode. But, of course, the prisoner ends up being Shiant's brother, Quinn, that's breaking out. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. So, of course, they say the ship is run by droids. And so they decide to go ahead and head out to go free this prisoner that, of course, Mando is not aware of who the prisoner is. So during their flight there, we have Zero that goes into hyperspace, And in that time, Mayfield accuses Mondo of possibly being a Gungan. Now, if you don't remember, Gungans are actually what Jar Jar Binks and all the characters from Episode 1 of Phantom Menace were. So this is where this actually comes in to those characters when he's accused of being Gungans. Gungans are known for being stupid and clumsy. And of course, Berg tries to take off the helmet so they can see if he's a Gungan, and in the process of trying to take off Mondo's helmet, Mondo stops him, and Berg hits a button to reveal Baby Yoda's hidden. Now, of course, Mayfield picks up Baby Yoda and drops him on the ground as they come out of hyperspace, and quickly Mondo secures Baby Yoda as they reach the Republican ship. Now, in this scenario, they finally drop down. Of course, they let Mayfield go first, and they're all going through, while Zero stays behind. And at this moment, they're all being attacked by what looks like to me to be some new battle droids. And these battle droids have got them basically pinned, but of course, Mondo goes behind them and begins to take down all the droids. So the rest of the crew just watches as Mondo defeats all the droids. I guess they were hoping that the droids would kill him, but they don't know Mondo as well as we do. Anyway, so as they're going through the ship after the droid's been destroyed, they find that a Republican soldier was found, and Mondo accuses of them saying that there was only a crew of droids on the ship. Well, at that point, the Republican actually has a distress signal set up to be sent out, which it tracks the distress signal, and while the crew is finding and Mondo is trying to save the Republican soldier, the Twi'lek Shiant kills the soldier, but of course the soldier hits the distress signal. So they go to find the prisoner, and of course Quinn, which again is the Twi'lek, is the prisoner, and in the process of them saving Twi'lek, we find out that Mondo was the one that got Twi'lek locked up. So they feel it's a switcheroo as Berg kicks Mondo into the cell, freeing Quinn but locking up Mondo. So while this is all going on, Zero finds out about the signal about Baby Yoda as a bounty and decides he wants to try to tell them, but communication's locked out. So in the process, as they're trying to get back to the ship, Mondo gets free by hitting a droid, shooting a droid basically, and using his harpoon to bring it close, and then rips off its arm to unlock the door. Then Mondo puts out a lockdown on between the crews and splits of the crews, which ends up having Mayfield and Shiant together, and Berg and Quinn together. So in that process, Mondo shuts down communications with Zero and the rest of the crew, but at this point, Baby Yoda ends up coming out and is seen by Zero. So Zero ends up gunning up and going after Baby Yoda, which Baby Yoda then disappears. Of course, Baby Yoda hides as Zero searches for them. Now, while that's going on, Mondo is now fighting Berg, and in the process, Mondo drops a door on Berg, but Berg holds it up, and then of course he drops another door, basically killing Berg. Then Mondo gets Mayfield and Shiant locked up whilst he goes back to the ship, and in the process, he stops Quinn from escaping. Now Quinn explains to him, what about honor and everything? Don't kill me. You want your money, so on and so forth. So Mondo ends up going back to the ship, where Zero finally finds Baby Yoda back in his little cubbyhole. So Baby Yoda, you'll actually see attempting to use the Force. It's the cutest thing in the world. I feel like Baby Yoda could have stopped him, but Mondo intervenes and kills Zero from behind, which you think Baby Yoda did it, which is just a great scene. So what ends up happening is Mondo returns to Ran with Quinn. Well, as Mondo gets his prize money from Ran, Mondo leaves on his ship, and Ran orders to kill Mondo with a gunship. But then all of a sudden, Quinn finds that Mondo has set him up with the beacon that was leading the Republicans to him. So in return, before the gunship even could kill Mondo, a whole bunch of X-Wing fighters, which of course you can remember all the X-Wing fighters from the original Star Wars movies, Episode 4, 5, and 6, A New Hope, Return of the Jedi. X-Wings were all over the place in those movies. But basically, the Republicans destroy Rand's location, kill the gunship. Mando ends up taking the money, getting away, and keeping Baby Yoda safe. And then just to end it all, he takes the knob from the gear shift and throws it over to Yoda. And it ends right there. So, when it comes to this series, I'm loving it because I feel like it's like a serial. It's like they do it by episode. It feels like it's episodic, but it's not episodic. It doesn't really feel like it connects as much. I really enjoyed and had fun with this episode. It's a really fun episode, but I'm starting to see one little problem, that the connecting tissue is just based on him protecting Baby Yoda and him constantly trying to make money, which is fun, but it's getting kind of old. And I feel like that we need something that's going to be intertwined to keep us connected. I feel like The Mandalorian is a great show, but what's starting to happen is we're starting to just see it like the old cartoons back in the day, where there would be one adventure and then it ends there and it starts off with another adventure next episode. It's not something where there's any kind of distress that ends the episode and leads into another episode to what just happened. You know what I mean? We need a little Batman problems, where they're like, same bat time, same bat channel. We need to have it episodic in that way. But I want to know what you guys think. Did you enjoy the episode? I hope this review was very, very helpful for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry it was late. Again, I did do this off cuff, so if I did a good job, this was based on me not having it scripted, so it might feel a little bit longer. Again, we are having a special event on Fortnite tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's best to be here at 1 p.m. Eastern Time as we bring people in, and I want to make sure that if you want to get a slot as a member, then make sure that you can be here. So I've got to make this episode quick. I'm so sorry, guys, but I want to thank you all for watching. I want to get this out and everything out into the world to you guys to watch. So as always, it's been enjoyable to do this review for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the Easter eggs. And as always, I am Puttyman with GamerPie. It's been a pleasure, guys. We are still into Star Wars month. And do not forget, we're all with high score. Peace out, and hey, may the Force be with you. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.